So I'll jump right in just so we keep us on schedule. So quick agenda of what I'll cover. So as Jason said, I come from Eli Lilly and Company, large pharmaceutical company based in Indianapolis, Indiana, here in the U.S. I spent 14 years with Lilly. The first 5 or 6 years I was in the corporate IT organization, so doing large Unix, Linux storage support and installation. The last 8 years I spent with in high-performance computing, specifically around the informatics organization, and the last 2.5 years specifically focused entirely on cloud computing and taking those use cases from our infrastructure in-house at Lilly into the cloud. And a lot of that was in collaboration with Cycle. So as I go through this, I'm going to mix Cycle use cases with Lilly use cases. I'll try and be clear and distinct when appropriate. Since this is being recorded, there may be some anonymity inserted in certain places, and you might be able to see when that happens. So we've talked about this, why the cloud. I specifically, and all the other speakers have done the same thing, refer to AWS. That doesn't mean that's the only cloud player in town, but I think Angel summed it up very nicely. They are the one to catch right now. So for us, low barrier to entry. I was in corporate IT, so I can say it. Things do not move quickly when you go through a central IT organization. When I moved into the research IT organization and then became a customer of corporate IT, I got to feel firsthand what that felt like. Probably this, well, you know what, these three go hand in hand. Some of the largest disruption, especially in a corporate setting, was how quickly you could get in, or how easily you could get in, and how quickly you could get an environment up. And I don't just mean get a web server up. I think it took us 5 days before we had ported our internal blast environment into Amazon's EC2. So this was in early 2008. The transparency of usage and transparency of cost is completely unheard of in a corporate setting. And that maybe others are on top of it better than we were. You could not tell, you know, I won't even say down to a user level, because that's just completely out of the question. But let's say the proteomics organization or lab or the clinical trial folks, there was no way to know who was using what, how much they were using, let alone how much you had to charge them back. That was so disruptive for when we started using the cloud. It actually changed the conversation for the business, for the scientists, because they were now able to literally say, okay, you know, are we investing in microscopes or mice or instruments or computing, because they actually had a tangible, transparent way of seeing exactly what their usage was and what those costs would look like. Most importantly, you don't own the infrastructure. You rent it when you need it. When you don't need it, you're done. You don't need to maintain it or continue to support it.